I found a creepy screenplay in my attic, and I'm not sure how much of it to believe. I've lived in the middle of absolutely nowhere for my entire 16 years of life. I'm used to it, honestly. But I'm always looking for something interesting to do, especially during the long summer days. It sounds horrible, but when my grandmother died, I was a little bit excited. She was a deeply unpleasant woman, but rich as could be. And her house was the quintessential hoarder's den. I couldn't wait to get my hands on whatever shiny things were contained in her house. Unfortunately, there wasn't much but trash and dirt. The only thing that at all held my interest was this play. Logline. June has begun a job recovering corpses from rivers. At Ferrum River, a place notorious for leaving more swimmers dead than alive, strange things started happening, all seemingly connected to a little girl in a red dress. Characters. June. A young woman who has just begun a job maintaining waterways, which for her mainly consists of search and recovery for dead bodies. Cora. A girl around 10 years old who is often found in or near Ferrum River and has never appeared to June without wearing the same red dress. Austin. Austin is June's boss. He's a veteran driver, having had his job for over 20 years. Setting. Set in the 1990s, somewhere in the rural countries of the coastal United States, the main focus is on Ferrum River, a place notorious for being dangerous to anyone who tries to swim in it because of its speed, quick turns, and the jagged rocks on the riverbed. Interior, driving in a car, night. June and Austin are both dressed in official-looking diving suits, sitting in a truck. Austin is driving. June is wearing a necklace with a star made out of clay on it.
Could we maybe listen to some music, Austin?
Sure, I guess. Just keep it down.
June fiddles with the buttons on the radio before finding a station that blares heavy metal music.
Does that sound like keeping it down to you?
June quickly turns the music off.
Oh, sorry, sir.
It's fine, just not so loud, okay? My old ears can't take it.
Sorry, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Austin. Sir. Sorry.
June cringes away from Austin.
Jeez, June, I'm not gonna bite you. Calm down. Stop apologizing.
Sorry. I just really need this job. Sorry. Yeah. I'm not sorry.
June covers her face with her hands, and Austin grins.
Well, yeah. Pretty much everyone that comes our way is desperate for work. Hunting for corpses in a river isn't exactly most people's idea of a good time. We've got a high turnover rate.
June peeks out through her hands.
It has to be done, though. It's like a civil service thing. I'm serving my country.
If you want to look at it that way. Sure.
Austin brings the car to a halt and turns off the engine.
We're here.
The headlights face the river, lighting up a small strip of water. Even from that, it is obvious that the river is violent, with large rocks lining the shores and fast currents. There is a short dock stretching out over the water near where they are parked. The opposite bank features a small cliff with thick trees at the top.
We're going to be working in Ferrum River today. There was another drowning report, and we're still looking for that kid from last week. I know you've done this at least a couple times before, during training. But Ferrum is a whole different beast. So I've got some important things you need to know. Okay?
Austin opens the truck door and slams it behind him. June scrambles after him.
Okay. Got it.
She starts to give him a salute, then falters, embarrassed.
Yes. Sorry.
Austin sighs, and then starts getting equipment out of the back of the truck and distributing it between them.
The most important thing is that we never go in the water. I don't care what you think you see, you stay on the banks. We do this at night because during the day the current pushes everything under the water where we can't see. Keep holding your flashlight and stay close. Got it?
June fiddles idly with her necklace.
Yep, sure.
Austin points at the necklace.
Take that off.
Do I have to? I've always worn it, like a good luck charm.
Unless you wanted to catch on something to choke you to death, yeah. You need to take it off.
Austin gives June a quick smile and strides off towards the water. June throws her necklace on the seat inside the truck and then goes to follow him. There are several shrines with flowers and crosses visible on the bank.
Austin, what are those flowers?
Those are shrines for all the people who have died here.
Oh, I didn't realize it was so deadly.
And that's why we don't go in the water.
Austin walks away, but June hesitates. She looks across the river to the opposite bank, where Cora is visible, shadowed by the darkness. Cora raises a finger to her lips in a shushing motion and then disappears back into the trees. Interior, in the shower, night. June is alone in her shower, washing her hair. The news is playing in the background. Cora Jones, a young girl from Rochester County, has now been missing for 2 years. She was last seen near the deadly Ferrum River wearing a red dress. Her family is looking for any information. And now, our classical music hour. The radio switches to slow classical music. As she continues to shower, the sound of the water gets louder and louder, drowning out the music. June looks down and sees brackish seawater coming out of the drain around her ankles.
What?
June turns around towards the shower door, but it's gone. She is hemmed in on all sides by tile walls. The sound of falling water thunders around her as the dirty water at her feet rises around her. She splutters and fights against the water, but soon her head goes under, and there is silence. We see her underwater, trying sluggishly to swim. Just as it seems she's about to drown, she bursts above the surface of the water. June is seemingly in the middle of the ocean with no land in sight. She spends several moments coughing and trying to stay afloat before she is pulled under the water again and everything goes black. Fade in. Interior. In the shower. Day. June wakes up lying on the shower floor with no immediately visible sign that anything has happened. A phone is ringing in another room. June stumbles to her feet, wraps a towel around herself, and goes to answer the phone.
Yeah?
Why aren't you here? You're 2 hours late. I've already called you twice. I was this close to coming to your house to make sure you hadn't been murdered in your bed. I expect at least 2 more weeks before you die.
June leans against the wall.
I'm not murdered. Sorry, I guess I overslept.
Just get here.
June winces and steps forward off the wall.
Wait, where am I supposed to go again?
I told you that yesterday.
Yeah, it's been a long night.
June closes her eyes and rests her forehead on the wall.
We're at Ferrum River again.
Thanks.
Austin hangs up before June can finish. June sighs and combs her fingers through her hair. She looks confused and pulls her hand back in front of her. She is holding a piece of seaweed that has been stuck in her hair. Exterior, on the bank of Ferrum River, day. June is walking through the forest alongside the riverbank on her way to meet up with Austin. She is wearing her necklace. Cora steps in front of her out of the shadows in the trees, and June, walking quickly with her head down, runs into Cora.
Whoa! Sorry.
Cora puts her hands on her hips and tilts her head.
Are you the new zombie woman?
I'm pretty sure I've never been a zombie before.
No, silly. Of course you aren't a zombie. You're just fine then.
Oh, well, I look for the corpses of people who died in the water.
June pauses momentarily and takes in Cora's very young appearance.
Crap, you're like 10. I try to take care of people who fall asleep in the water and forget to get out. Yeah.
June shakes her head and looks hard at Cora.
I'm sorry. Who are you? Shouldn't you be in school?
Oh, I'm Cora, and I don't like to go to school, so I don't.
Cora frowns.
And crap is a bad word.
June tries to edge past Cora on the riverbank, but Cora moves to block her way. Trees and underbrush rustle in the background and move gently, like there are hundreds of things moving slowly through them, but nothing is visible.
That's great. I really need to get going, though, so could you move, please?
June makes a shooing motion at Cora's face.
But I really want to get to know you better, June.
June frowns, disturbed. There is movement behind her again, closer this time, and bigger. There are things that might be faces visible in the shadows of the nearest trees.
How do you know my name?
Cora shrugs.
You went in the river? And I went in the river too, you know.
Dozens of people step out of the forest silently, out of June's eyesight. She doesn't see them. Some look normal, but the vast majority are desiccated and skeletal, bloated by water.
That's cool. Maybe don't, though, in the future. It can get pretty dangerous.
Cora smiles widely.
Oh, I know.
June, seeing movement out of the corner of her eye, spins around and sees the ranks of the dead around her. She gasps and stumbles backwards.
We're all very well aware of that, actually.
June turns toward the river where there seems to be a space clear of bodies, but more people start crawling out of the river, crowding her in.
What? Nope, no. Screw this.
June runs. Cora screams and darts forward, unnaturally fast, and grasps the necklace that June is wearing. She twists it in her grasp, cutting off June's air. June trips and then chokes on the ground, grappling at Cora's hand and trying to push it away. The other people surround June, leering down at her. Then, from down the path, comes Austin's voice.
June! Are you here?
Cora scowls and releases the necklace. When June looks up again, Cora and the rest of the dead are gone, leaving her hyperventilating on the ground. Austin rounds the corner, seeing June.
What the... Are you okay?
Austin rushes forward and crouches by June.
There was a girl. And I don't even know.
Austin touches the mark on June's neck from her being choked with the necklace, drawing away when June flinches.
Tell me what happened.
There was a girl. At least, I think she was a girl.
Calm down, June. You're okay.
Austin sits beside her, guiding her to lean against his shoulder.
We'll figure it out. Here, want a piece of jerky?
Austin fishes a piece of jerky out of his pocket and holds it in front of June's nose.
Where did you even... No, I'm good, thanks.
Your loss.
Sure.
Austin gets to his feet.
I'm gonna go call my boss and let her know that you were attacked and ask what we should do. I'm just gonna be over by the truck. Don't go anywhere.
Austin steps away towards the truck, but still in eyeshot, and takes out his phone. June lays on the ground for a moment, arm covering her eyes, and then stands up. She looks around and her eyes catch on something moving in the water.
Austin, do you see that?
Austin continues talking on the phone, obviously not having heard her. June looks closer and steps towards the banks. The light shifts, and a small form with bedraggled hair and a muddy dress are suddenly visible in the water.
Austin, I think there's someone in the river!
Austin still doesn't hear her. The person in the water is struggling, clawing at the air, obviously drowning. June looks around, then yells to Austin.
I'm going in the river! There's a kid in there!
Austin finally turns around.
June, wait!
June doesn't wait. She just runs for the river. As she hits the water, ghostly figures appear, lining the banks. They watch her silently. June swims towards the struggling girl. The water pushes her forward. June swims towards the struggling girl, the water pushing her around. She hits a rock, spinning around hard. She gasps for air, things spinning faster and faster, leaving her disoriented and the air spinning. Exterior, Ferrum River. Austin stands near a shrine on the riverbank, a colorful thing with dozens of flowers and a simple cross. He has a bouquet of flowers in his arms, puts it down, and then walks away slowly. We move closer and see the name engraved on the cross. It says June. As Austin turns away, a girl in a red dress crawls slowly out of the river with June right behind her. A girl in a red dress crawls slowly out of the river with June right behind her. End. I think it must have been one of my relatives who wrote this. Ferrum River is the river near my house. It's got a bit of a reputation for haunting and misfortune, so we all steer well clear of it. Strangely, my great-aunt was named June. June died when she was 25. She drowned in the river. I don't know why anyone would have written something about her as horrible as this, but I guess that people do weird things because of grief. I did go down to the river yesterday, though, and there is a shrine there to June, so this must have at least some truth to it. Reading this must have disturbed me more than I thought, though, because when I was in the shower this morning, there was a second where I thought the water went murky. There was dirt and seaweed caked all over the walls, and I couldn't breathe, but of course, a second later, the feeling was gone and the shower was completely clean. I know that I just made it up, but still. I don't think I'm going back to Ferrum River anytime soon. Hi everyone, my name is Michelle Renee, but everyone also calls me Giggles. Thank you so much for watching my videos. It really helps a lot. I would also appreciate if you guys liked and subscribed and also hit the notification bell and left comments, all that jazz that you hear from other channels. Anyways, I have to give a big, fantastic thank you shout out to all the people who are currently subscribed to my Patreon. And those fantastic people are Mr. Sankofa, Michael Milburn, Melissa Perez, Geek Sanctuary, Lawrence Wallen, Andrea Zanderson London, Eric Cifuentes, Jesse Hartley, and Icy Narrates. Thank you so much for supporting, and I hope to see you all in the next video.